We live in a world obsessed with what's obvious: leadership, communication, teamwork, strategy. These are the skills that fill LinkedIn profiles and corporate seminars. And yet, look around. The people breaking barriers, creating new industries, redefining success, they aren't always the ones with perfect resumes or the most polished communication skills. They possess something else: an invisible arsenal. And here's the twist: in the age of artificial intelligence, where machines can write, compute, and even predict, many assume the human edge is shrinking. But the opposite is true. The more tasks AI takes over, the more valuable the rarest human soft skills become. Not despite AI, but because of it. Soft skills so rare, so nuanced that most never realize they exist, let alone master them. Today, I want to reveal 10 of them. If you understand and practice these, you will not just stay relevant, you will become irreplaceable. First, cognitive flexibility, the art of mental shapeshifting. In a world where yesterday's best practice is today's liability, cognitive flexibility is king. This is not just being open minded, it is the ability to rapidly reframe your thinking when the landscape shifts. Think of a pilot. Mid flight, the weather changes, the instruments glitch. You can't stick to the original plan. Flexibility isn't optional, it's survival. The same is true for entrepreneurs, leaders, creators. Can you abandon an outdated strategy and pivot with grace? Can you process contradictory information without freezing up? That's cognitive flexibility. Second, sense making, building clarity from chaos. Data is cheap, opinions are loud, confusion is everywhere. But sense makers? They are priceless. Sense making is the skill of extracting clarity from ambiguity. It's what military strategists use when fog clouds the battlefield. It's what great CEOs do when markets crash. In an information economy, your value comes not from knowing facts, but from understanding what facts mean. The future will belong to those who can quiet the noise and say, this is what matters. This is what's next. Third, conversational intelligence, the hidden language of trust. Most people talk, few know how to trigger trust neurologically. Conversational intelligence is more than speaking well, it's understanding that every conversation produces chemicals in the brain: cortisol when people feel threatened, oxytocin when they feel trust. If your words raise cortisol, people resist you. If your words raise oxytocin, they follow you. Leaders who master this can diffuse conflict, inspire loyalty, and build high performance teams not by authority but by chemistry. Fourth, learning agility, the discipline of unlearning. The most dangerous phrase in business and life, but we have only done it this way. Learning agility is not just learning fast, it's knowing when to unlearn fast. Kodak failed not because they couldn't invent digital cameras, they did, but they clung to the old revenue model while the world moved on. The agile learner is not married to methods, they are married to outcomes. You must ask yourself constantly, what do I need to forget today so I can win tomorrow? Fifth, pattern recognition, seeing what others miss. Some people see random dots, others see the next big trend. That's pattern recognition. It's how Steve Jobs predicted the marriage of music and phones. It's how chess grandmasters see 12 moves ahead. Pattern recognition is not magic, it's the habit of studying data, experiences, and human behavior until invisible trends reveal themselves. In a world drowning in data, the winners will be those who can say, this isn't just information, it's a sign of what's coming. Sixth, boundary spanning, the superconnector mindset. Imagine a scientist brilliant in their field but isolated. Now imagine another scientist equally brilliant but also skilled at collaborating across disciplines, cultures, and industries. Who do you think will innovate faster? Boundary spanning is the soft skill of working across borders. It's what allowed Elon Musk to blend physics, software, design, and finance to create SpaceX and Tesla. In the 21st century, specialization alone is a dead end. Cross-pollination creates the future. Seventh, framing and reframing, the power to shift reality. A problem is not a problem, it's a story waiting to be rewritten. Framing is how you define reality for yourself and others. For example, a job loss, a disaster, or a reset button. Market disruption is a threat or a once in a decade opportunity. Reframing changes people's emotions, energy, and actions. Master reframing, and you become the person who can turn obstacles into fuel. You don't wait for luck, you engineer optimism. 8. Self distancing, responding, not reacting. Emotion is a double edged sword. It can drive you or destroy you. Self distancing is the art of stepping back from intense feelings and choosing strategy over impulse. It's what athletes use in high pressure moments, what negotiators use when stakes are sky high. When others panic, the self distancer pauses and asks, what would I advise my best friend to do right now? It's a micro skill that creates macro results. Ninth, narrative competence, the science of influence. Data informs, stories transform. Narrative competence is the ability to take facts, ideas, and emotions and forge them into a compelling story. Politicians use it to sway nations. Marketers use it to create billion-dollar brands. Visionary leaders use it to align teams and inspire movements. If you want to move people, customers, investors, partners, you need more than logic. You need a story they can see themselves in. 10th, calibrated curiosity. Asking questions that change everything. Questions are weapons. Most people use them like butter knives. A few use them like scalpels. Calibrated curiosity is the art of asking the right question at the right moment. Not what went wrong, but what's the hidden opportunity here? Not who's to blame, but what system allowed this to happen and how can we fix it forever? The quality of your questions determines the altitude of your success, the competitive edge of the future. Let's be honest. Technical skills, AI is catching up. Hard knowledge, it's Googleable. But these soft skills, these human advantages cannot be automated, downloaded, or outsourced. Cognitive flexibility, sense making, conversational intelligence, learning agility, pattern recognition, boundary spanning, framing and reframing, self distancing, narrative competence, calibrated curiosity. They are the currency of future proof success. This is the quiet revolution. Let me tell you a secret. The next revolution will not be loud. It will not be televised. It will happen inside the minds of people who choose to master these skills while others are still polishing their LinkedIn summaries. It will happen in boardrooms where the best idea wins, not the loudest voice. In startups that spot the pattern before the industry notices. In crisis rooms where calm thinkers reframe disasters into opportunity. In negotiations where a single well-crafted story changes the game. It will happen in you. And while AI automates the predictable, you will master the irreplaceable. While algorithms process information, you will process meaning. That's the new game, and it belongs to those who are quietly unstoppable. Your next move. So I leave you with a challenge. This week, pick one of these 10 skills. Not all 10. One. Master it until it becomes a reflex. Practice cognitive flexibility by intentionally rethinking one belief you have held for years. Hone sense making by digesting a complex news story and explaining its true meaning to a friend. Use conversational intelligence to build trust with someone who disagrees with you. Sharpen your learning agility by letting go of an outdated habit. Train your pattern recognition by looking for hidden trends in your industry. Become a boundary spanner by connecting two people from different worlds. Reframe a frustration into an opportunity. Use self distancing before your next tough decision. Craft a narrative around a recent success or failure. And ask calibrated questions in your next team meeting. Success is no longer about what you know, it's about how you think. It's not about titles, it's about mental tools. So sharpen yours because the future belongs not to the technically perfect, but to the quietly unstoppable. Thank you.